Welcome back. Oh, I wish you could smell the kitchen right now. Brenda Felsing joining us right now. You have your own catering business in Grand Island?
I do.
Is that correct?
Catering and cooking lessons.
Oh, well, sign us up. We're always looking for suggestions. Oh, what are we making today?
Today we are making tomato soup. I think people kind of struggle with how to use those last few tomatoes on the vine.
And there's not a few. Like us, there's hundreds.
This is the beautiful thing. This soup you can, you can freeze, and you can enjoy it all year round. I'm going to tell your viewers in a few simple steps how to make it. Now, what I have here is a couple of onions, a nice carrot, and about 6 cloves of garlic, and they're just sauteing up. You get those to where they're translucent.
Now you cut them in bigger pieces.
It doesn't matter because we're going to puree it.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yes. And when that is all done, we add it to our 6 cups of tomatoes. Now, those are blanched and peeled, and 4 cups of chicken stock, as well as a little bit of allspice.
That's wonderful.
Better turn this off here.
And then the question I was asking you before we went on air, I still have some tomatoes in my garden that might have got a little bit by the frost. Can we still use those when we're making this recipe?
I do. I go ahead and blanch them. The texture doesn't matter because you're going to puree them. Just taste them. Take off a little piece and taste it. Make sure it doesn't taste acidic. Make sure it's not white. And it should be just fine. Now, these are actually tomatoes I have blanched and frozen, but I'm going to freeze them again. It'll be okay in this soup.
Really?
So, yes, and if we were to freeze this, we would just not add the cream. If you wanted to serve it right away, what you do is you just take out the chunks like that and put it right in your blender. This is a little bit of a messy deal, I will tell you that for sure. Now, you can use one of those hand emulsifier blenders, work real well just to stick it right in the pot. The food processors work real well also. So when you have pureed that, you'll add it back into your soup.
Okay.
Take this off the burner.
So basically the only thing after we take everything out of there is basically the broth of the chicken.
Correct. The broth of the chicken and the tomato juice.
Okay.
And then it's ready to either be frozen or it's I've got some sizzling going back there. It's ready to be frozen or canned. And what you end up with is this beautiful tomato soup. Now this is such a nice health-conscious soup.
So wonderful.
And this has been canned. This is some that I canned last year. You can add the cream on the burner, turn it off, don't boil the cream. But what I like to do is put the cream right on the table so people can add it themselves. And you can make it extra rich. You can make it basically calorie-free almost for those people with dietary concerns. And it is just an absolutely wonderful, heartwarming meal. And we're going to show you how to make it in a soup bar, if you will, on our next segment. Yes.
Now tell us a little bit about your catering business. How long have you had it? What's the name of it? And what do you cater?
Well, the name of it is Traditions Catering, and I moved here from Arizona. I lived here in Nebraska several years ago and recently relocated in Arizona. I had a couple of restaurants and a catering business, as well as taught classes all the time. And here I've reestablished my classes. We're having so much fun. We have these huge Sunday feasts. And for about the same price as what it would cost to go out to eat, you can be in your home with your friends learning something new to make.
Like your let's explore your classes a little bit. What are you wanting to teach, or what are you wanting us to learn when we come to these classes?
Well, basically what we want you to learn is how to have fun and make it more of a social gathering to cook. I don't like being stuck in the kitchen. I don't think any of the people that are organizing the dinners like that as well, because it's a tremendous amount of work. And I'll have to tell you, a lot of the meals that I make, it's the antithesis of 30-minute meals. It's going to take all day and bring a bottle of wine and a friend.
And if you eat, oh well.
Yes, exactly. So the person that is holding it gets to choose the menu, and you get to invite whoever you want. It's just a really good time. Really
That's a
good time.
fantastic
And I
idea.
cater all different types, sizes and types of events, everything from an intimate dinner for 2 to 1,000 people outside. So we have the capability of doing just about anything, many different cuisines, and it's great food.
Okay, so something like this, would this be in one of your classes then?
We can make anything a class.
Okay.
We can make anything
I'm
a
liking
class.
that.
Yes.
I'm
it's
liking
a
that.
great time.
Now, this particular recipe that we'll have on our website, how many does that serve, or how many quarts or would that can?
This is a very large recipe. It serves about 12 people.
Okay.
And you get about 6 quarts out of it.
Oh, wow.
So it's a nice big recipe, and that's why when I make it, I like to can or put up some of it unless I'm having a
You don't
big
want to waste
party.
it. so-
Exactly.
Right, exactly. But I'm telling you, this stuff is addicting, and I'm
looks
going
good.
to show you how to make it into a
Sounds
great
good.
party.
We're happy to have Brenda Felsing join us today, but before we get to our soup bar, we need to have Doug
yes.
come in and draw for the final family 4-pack. All right,
Woo-woo.
Doug.
To Country Harvest Pumpkin Patch. Your family could be going there this week and enjoying the harvest of
And the winner is
pumpkins.
Liz Kalhoff. Liz, congratulations. We'll be in
Yay.
contact
Woo-hoo.
with you. Man,
And Doug works here, if you're
Yeah.
wondering, where did this Doug come from? Yeah. He's right there behind camera, too.
better
Wave up
known
and down.
as the bus stop forecast beep. So,
There we go. Okay, now where are we at, Brenda?
Okay, so for my caterings, one of my favorite things to do is the Triple S Luncheon, and that is a soup, salad, and sandwich combo.
Okay.
And the key is that we have a bunch of different toppings that are multi-purpose for your soup, salad, and sandwich.
Okay.
And I have some homemade bread here.
And I love what you're using there to cook on, which you brought.
Yes, it
And
is.
What do you need? You're looking for?
Nope, I'm just going to put a little bit of pepperoni here.
Okay. This is, it's like a,
it's a panini press.
Yes, it's a little panini press.
Ronnie, I'm impressed. I've never seen one.
I've
No,
seen
I've
them, but I've seen the smaller version.
Never have seen one like that.
And I'm
so.
going to put a few sun-dried
Ooh,
tomatoes.
Now, did you make those yourself?
I did dry these.
Now,
Aren't
could
they
you do that
nice?
with the tomatoes from your garden? I mean, is
Yes.
that...
These are tomatoes from my garden,
Okay.
and they are absolutely wonderful. A little bit of homemade pesto, which
Ooh.
also is from my garden.
You do a lot of homemade things.
Oh,
at your
yeah.
home.
Well,
Yum.
you being from Arizona, you appreciate the fact that you have an abundance
Yes.
of veggies here.
And a
stuff.
variety,
Yes,
too.
and I was looking for my cheese. Hold on one second.
Ooh,
That just looks good.
And
I'm liking the pepperoni and the pesto.
and the dried.
How could I
sun-dried
forget the
tomatoes.
cheese? Normally
Exactly.
I'd say, the cheese isn't here, so we're just going to
Wonderful.
forget it. But, you can't,
Hey,
you
but
really
it's here,
can't
thank
forget the
goodness.
cheese. Okay, that's
Wow.
what kind of holds it all together.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing, I'm a messy cook, by the way. I can't help
Is
it.
there any
That's
other
the
way to
best.
be?
Well, that's one thing I haven't mastered is the non-messiness. So
You butter both sides of the bread.
You butter
on
both
this.
sides, and your top is hot, so you
Oh,
press
okay.
it down then.
I love this. I
Yeah,
might need
it's
to get
fun.
one of
It's
those.
fun. And then everybody gets to personalize what they are
Yes,
making,
that's
which
what I
is
like about
really
that.
nice. Kids love it. It's nice because you put whatever on your salad.
And you have your little smorgasbord
Yep, you have your
here.
little smorgasbord. I have a nice tossed green salad that you can put just a little bit. Now, obviously, you'd have a few spoons. I use my fingers, but
Yeah, we're all family.
in the
What are these? Can I taste one of
yes,
these dried
please
tomatoes?
do. Yes, they're delicious. You season
They
them a
look
little
great.
bit and put them in the dehydrator.
Oh, look how pretty that looks.
Yes, and then for your soup, you do the same thing. A little bit of cheese. Now, the white cheeses work really, really well on here. The
Wonderful.
Parmesan, the Asiago. I love putting in a nice dollop of pesto.
A little flavor.
There we go.
And
Pick it up a
sausage
notch.
works great. Ham.
See, I would have never thought to put anything extra in my tomato
and
soup
some
besides
new-
my tomato
yeah.
soup.
Cheese tortellini. This works really well. And you can do this with different types of soups. You can do this with chilies and things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that work really well also.
Wonderful.
Great
See how
idea.
this is coming along. And these take a little bit, but you can fit about 6 sandwiches in here. And then everybody has their meal. And you can
Perfect.
serve it with homemade vinaigrette or a variety of salad dressings. And it's just wonderful.
Now, on the soup that you made here, you said you can can this, and you can, how long, it'll stay good till you open it up and use it, right?
Absolutely.
And you just follow the canning rules for soup. I mean,
yes, exactly.
Not that hard, huh?
It'd be the same as canning tomatoes or anything else. And like I said, I froze it, and as long as you don't add the cream, it works really well.
Okay, so that's what you need. I knew there was something there that you needed.
Yes, you don't add the cream until you are ready to take it out of the...
Okay, because why?
It just, to
Cream
be quite...
doesn't freeze?
Well, cream tends to curdle when it freezes, and then when you warm it back up and you have to bring it to a boiling temperature, it curdles, and it doesn't taste bad, but it doesn't look real good.
Okay.
Okay, so your contact information is there. They just give you a call and
give me a call. I'm happy to answer any questions, and it is a good dinner.
And when do you do your what are your cooking classes, and how often do you offer those to people so they can come in starting when, and they're on every Sunday, or how does that work?
They can actually have it in their homes, or we have some different places to have them.
Okay.
Yeah.